it's Jay from ASMR for Nerds. Today we're going to do another trading card opening or unboxing or whatever you want to say. The reason being, the main reason is because I really wanted to get into more of these, and I haven't opened any except the ones I did in the video. So, I'm just letting you guys know I saved these for you. As much as I wanted to get into all of them, I'm going to make sure I open every single pack in a video. Someone suggested, maybe after this video, I will open a pack per video. Even if we do, other things. Like right now, we're reading through the Civil War story. And, I feel like that might be, a fun thing to do at the start of all videos. We'll open up a pack until they're all opened. So, before we get into it, because it's mostly what you guys see are my hands, you might notice there is something added. This one you guys have seen. This is a new tattoo I got, along with, I don't know if you can see, I can't even bend my arm. There. But this one, you guys will be seeing a lot since it's on my hand, so I figure it needs a bit of an explanation, because you guys have asked about my tattoos before. I've shown you my arm here. So this one is from a painting, I think late 1800s, from Marguerite, I don't know, it's a French name, and it's a painting of a pipe, and what this means, it's in French, but what it means is, this is not a pipe, this is not a pipe. Kind of I guess an open interpretation, the painting being of a pipe, but with text that says this is not a pipe. It's a famous painting, so it's been written and talked about a ton. There's even videos on YouTube about it. But the short of it is, at least what it means to me is, don't put too much emotional stock in symbolism. Because although you can fool yourself into thinking that an image or a symbol is the actual thing, it is not. And you can incorporate that sort of thought into when it comes to fear and anxiety. It certainly feels like that, but it is not. Not really the intentions of the painting, I don't think, but that's the great thing about art, is you can interpret it to how you see fit. And, you can bring it into religion, whether you believe in a religion or not. I don't know. It's a good reminder, I think. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking, or at least stop babbling, and let's get right into these, because I have been waiting. So if you remember last time, we got one hologram, and that was the Magneto one. so let's see what we have here. Famous battles. The First Kree Skrull War. Look at that. That's relevant to the book we just read. The Civil War book. Nightmare, the supervillain. A Rookie Guard, the New Warriors. That's a great one. Another Rookie Guard, the Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't look familiar to you guys, I assume. It was a different group in 1990. Oh boy, look at that. Supervillain Apocalypse. That's a great one. Oh boy, so far good pack. Spider-Man presents Silver Surfer. Does your board ever give you problems? Nah, it's tuned up every 10,000 light years. Oh jeez, best pack so far. Moon Knight. Dagger. We're running out of room, so let's put one more here. Hulk versus Spider-Man. So just like last video, when we have all the cards out, although there's a couple extra, we'll go through those because they just can't fit on screen. You know what? Let's just put them all. Loki. Spider-Man presents Magneto. And then famous battles. Spider-Man vs. Kraven. Alright, so I'm going to pick the ones that we're going to read through. Not going to look at that. I feel like people know the story of Loki, but you know what, let's read Loki because although he's been in the movies, I don't know if people have a great understanding of his character. So I'm not really going for relevance. We did Moon Knight in a video, so we will not look at that. Silver Surfer, Spider-Man. Not much to learn there. So let's first, the Hulk versus Spider-Man. It's like a novelty fight. Let's take a look at all of these. I will take my trusty drumstick pencil. And let's read through these. This is the one, since I don't know anything about this character, or Dagger really. I know a bit about her, but Nightmare. He looks like he would be a Spider-Man villain. Let's see. Height variable, weight variable, dimensions controlled, 1. Oh my god. Battles fought, 8,957, with a win percentage of 59%. And his arch enemy is Doctor Strange, and his first appearance was in Strange Tales number 110, July 1963. So this guy's been around a while. I don't read much Doctor Strange, so maybe that's why I wasn't familiar with him. Let's read about him. Nightmare is the terrifying tyrant who rules the dream dimension, the plane of existence through which human minds pass while they sleep. Not content with his domination of the world of the unconscious, Nightmare eagerly awaits the day when he can conquer the waking world as well. If not for the vigilance of Doctor Strange, this malignant sorceress entity might have already succeeded. Did you know Nightmare roams the uncharted expanse of this dream realm on a demonic black horse? Okay. So that is Nightmare. This is Apocalypse. He is a popular bad guy in the comics, but real name unknown. Battles fought 6,344 with a win percentage of 63%. And his archenemies are X Factor. His first appearance was in X Factor number 5 in June of 1986. Apocalypse believes that only the strong survive, and that the weak must be destroyed. In his quest to weed out those he dreams unfit to live, he manipulates various factions of mutants to battle each other to the death. Apocalypse himself is a formidable foe, with the ability to alter his molecular structure in any way, but he prefers to sit on the sidelines and watch as others engage in battles of his devising. Did you know Apocalypse's former headquarters, a massive sentient starship, now serves as the headquarters for his arch-enemies, the superhero group known as X Factor? Let's read about Dagger. Real name, Dandy Bowen. Group affiliation, Cloak and Dagger. She has fought 247 battles with a win percentage of 73%, and her archenemies are Mr. Jip and Knight. Her first appearance was in Spectacular Spider-Man, number 64 of March in 1982. Dandy Bowen was a teenage runaway who arrived in New York City and was quickly kidnapped by criminal drug manufacturers. Injected with an experimental drug, Dandy unexpectedly acquired the amazing power to create light knives, which she can use to drain the energy from her enemies or cure people afflicted by drugs or poisons. Taking the name Dagger, this heroine has since devoted herself to wiping out the scourge of illegal drugs that pervades today's world. Dagger is the only person capable of traveling in her partner Cloak's dimension of darkness without suffering any ill effects, other than Cloak, of course. I want to get into more packs, so I'm going to speed it up. We will not read Loki. Let's skip the New Warriors. I'm going to read the Kree-Skrull War because it is important and often referred to. This happened in Avengers number 93 to 97 in November of 1971 through March of 1972. On Earth, the Avengers were Thor, Iron Man, Vision, Goliath, Captain Marvel, and Captain America. fought against Kree and Skrull soldiers. The Kree and the Skrulls, two alien civilizations, were locked in a war of annihilation, and Earth was caught in the middle. Despite the seemingly hopeless odds, the Avengers, Earth's greatest superheroes, were determined to protect their planet. By dividing their forces and attacking the battle fleets and home planets of both sides, the Avengers blunted the aliens' assault and turned back the invaders. In an awesome display of power and courage, the Avengers demonstrated that, as long as heroes like themselves lived to defend it, the Earth would be forever unconquerable. Rookies, the Guardians of the Galaxy of 1990. Now, I'm going to see if I know who these guys are, and I don't. This is, I don't know. Is that Iceman? That's either Banshee or Havoc. I think it's Banshee. I always forget this guy's name. Jeez, he is. It's killing me, I know it. Brutal. This is. I don't know him either. Sometimes they change the looks, like that might be like Mr. or Wonder Man or something. I don't think it is. Jeez, that was embarrassing. I don't remember any of these, but I do remember them, just not. Let's see. Team members. Oh, Charlie 27, Martin X, Major Vance Astro, Yondu. Okay, that's Yondu. Starhawk, Nikki, Aleda. So I was wrong with a couple, but that is a obscure cast of characters. Their first appearance were in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in 1969, and the first modern appearance is Guardians of the Galaxy number 1, June 1990. In the early 31st century, the Earth will be conquered by the ruthless reptilian alien race known as the Badoon. At the time, the Guardians of the Galaxy, each member the last survivor of his or her respective race, join forces in an effort to liberate our planet from its new extraterrestrial overlords. Eventually, the valiant team of heroes succeeds and decides to remain together to defend the Earth from any further threats that might attack it from outer space. Okay, so that was pack number 1. I assume you guys want to see what's in more packs, so I'm only going to read. We'll pick 3 from each. How's that? And if there's anything you guys really, really want to learn about that you see in a card here and I skip it, let me know and we will revisit it. Because although this is for relaxation, it's actually a good chance to brush up on our Marvel Universe knowledge. Oh, geez, look what we got here already. It's my favorite. So I'm getting good luck with the Wolverine packs. So we have Magneto. So far, so good. Cyclops. Maybe this will be a mutant heavy pack. Most Valuable Comics, Avengers number 1. Ultron. Iceman. Marvel's first openly gay character. Nick Fury. Marvel Girl. Not to be confused with Miss Marvel. Stanley, Mr. Marvel. And my favorite Marvel character is the Silver Surfer. Now you guys have, I've gotten a bunch of questions in the comments about my favorite superheroes. DC, I think you guys know, is Superman. And my all-time favorite is Superman. But my second favorite and my favorite Marvel superhero is Silver Surfer. I just love everything about him. I love his start, how he started. I love the different sort of stories that have been done. He's kind of an emotional character with a love-hate relationship with humans. So I can relate, I guess. I'm sure we all can. I'm definitely going to do a Silver Surfer video similar to what I did to Deadpool, the history of him. So look out for that. Okay, what else do we got? Giant size X-Men. Most valuable comics. Number 1. Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock in Armor Wars 1. So, let's get rid of the ones we're not going to read. Armor Wars 1. Spider-Man vs. Dr. Octopus, we all know that one. Giant size X-Men. We know that would be worth money. Not learning anything. Since we're going to do a Silver Surfer video, let's skip that. You guys will learn all about him. Nick Fury, we all know him. Ultron, I'm sure you guys have seen the movie. Let's get rid of Avengers number 1. Again, we know it's worth money. We kind of know. Let's read about Stan Lee. We're gonna keep him in. We're definitely gonna keep in Marvel Girl because I don't think many people know about her. Magneto. Let's read about. He has an interesting past. I don't know if this card will get into it. But those will be the 3. So first, Marvel Girl. Real name, Jean Grey. You might recognize that name from the X-Men. Group affiliation, X Factor. Height, 5'6". Battles fought, 263. Win percentage, 56%. Arch enemies, the Goblin Queen, Magneto, and Apocalypse. First appearance, X-Men number 1, 1963. Marvel Girl is a mutant who has the mind-boggling ability of telekinesis, which allows her to manipulate any object by just thinking about moving it. When you add that to her power to zap anyone who even looks at her funny, with a blast of pure mental energy, you have one woman who knows how to take care of herself in even the most dangerous situations. Did you know an evil alien life form assumed Marvel Girl's appearance and took her place for over a year, and no one, not even her best friends, realized it at the time? So Marvel Girl is known as Jean Grey currently. So now you know that. unknown often calls himself Magnus, and he is the leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Battles fought 223, win percentage 45%. Arch enemies X-Men, X-Factor, Professor Xavier, Humanity at Large. First appearance X-Men number 1, 1963. Magneto is the mutant master of magnetism. His awesome ability to exert absolute control over all objects subject to magnetic forces makes him perhaps the most dangerous man on Earth. And if he succeeds in his insane plan to protect the mutant race, Homo superior, from normal humans by conquering all of non-mutant mankind, he'll become the most powerful man on Earth as well. Did you know Magneto is the father of Avengers Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, two superheroes who once were members of the Dad's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? Now there's more to Magneto than this. Specifically that he is a Holocaust survivor, which kind of gives an insight into his anger with the way mutants are treated in many stories. Okay, Stan Lee. Height 6 feet, weight 155 pounds, comics written uncountable, no prizes awarded 547, favorite sayings, nuff said, true believer, face front, and Excelsior. First appearance in a Marvel comic is Fantastic Four number 10. First published Marvel Comics work, text story in Captain America Comics number 3 in May of 1941. Aided by some of his most talented artists in the comics biz, Stan Lee created virtually the entire Marvel universe and revolutionized comic book writing as we know it today. Among the hordes of characters co-created by Stan are the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Avengers, the Incredible Hulk, X-Men, Thor, Doctor Strange. Heck, this card's not big enough to list them all. Did you know Stan's longest unbroken stint on any Marvel comic was on Fantastic Four, which he wrote for a whopping 114 issues, starting with number 1. My favorite Stan Lees are the original Silver Surfer issues, where he is stuck on Earth and coming to terms with the fact that he is indeed stuck on Earth. Alright, we're getting into another one. So we have a double here. We read about him in the first video, Long Shot. Important one, Doctor Strange. X-Men number 1, we already have that. Ghost Rider. Red Skull. Famous Battles, Fall of the Mutants. Spider-Man and the Punisher. Lockheed. Minister Sinister. And then Spider-Man presents Doc Ock. So, I'm going to take a bunch of these away because not my favorite pack so far. See you later, Long Shot. Doctor Strange, there's a movie coming. We will know about him. Ghost Rider. Not the most interesting character. Red Skull. Lockheed. Although I like reading about the obscure ones. Let's read about Mr. Sinister. Real name unknown. Group affiliation. The leader of the Marauders. Height 6'3", weight 225. Battles fought 599, win percentage 30. So Mr. Sinister loses a lot. His archenemies are X-Men and X-Factor. First appearance X-Men 221, September 1987. Not much is known about the evil mastermind who calls himself Mr. Sinister. His agents, the Marauders, mercilessly carry out his ongoing war against all mutants for his own mysterious purposes. He possesses titanic strength and formidable mental abilities, and is tremendously resistant to injury. But the true extent of his powers remains a mystery. Mr. Sinister is undoubtedly the most enigmatic evil force ever faced by the X-Men and X-Factor. Did you know, using some unknown means, Mr. Sinister can resurrect his Marauder henchmen after they have been killed? So, I do want to say something about, not necessarily Mr. Sinister, but these obscure kind of villains, especially more so villains than superheroes. It seems that characters like this have, since the 90s or whenever they were around, depending on who you're talking about, that they are no longer relevant, which might be the case. However, if you are a comic book reader, you will know that characters like this do pop up, and sometimes in very relevant situations. So it does help to know just the general idea of where they came from and what their abilities are and all that. So, Mr. Sinister was used recently, and I forgot where. I think in a Secret Wars tie-in, maybe. Full Killer. Iron Man. Colossus. Thor. Electro we already have. Havoc we already had as well. The X-Men. Fantastic Four vs. Doctor Doom. Silver Surfer vs. Thanos, we had that in the first one. Daredevil vs. Kingpin. Daredevil vs. Bullseye. And the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I gotta say, I love how these cards sound. Okay. So, I actually don't think I'm gonna read any of these because, we either have read it like this, we've read about Havoc in the first video. These fights, we all know about the X-Men. did read this in the last one. Daredevil vs. Bullseye we read. Electro we read. We all know Thor and Iron Man quite well. Galactus wasn't featured in the Deadpool movie. Fool Killer. He's a rookie in 1990. Let's see. And he first appeared in Fool Killer #1. Arch enemies, all fools. Alright, speeding it up. Another pack. I guess we're not going to read 3 from each. For the sake of getting to more of these packs. Really hoping for another hologram today. So far, like I said, we only got 1. Rogue. Spider-Man presents Iron Man. Cloak. Elektra. Important character. Spider-Man presents Doctor Doom. Oh boy. Galactus. He's cool. Enchantress. Mandarin. Classic Hulk. And then we have X Factor vs. Apocalypse. Fantastic Four vs. Galactus. And Daredevil vs. Punisher. So, Hulk, we know. Gamma Rays, Bruce Banner, Doctor, all that. Rogue. She can take people's powers by touching them. Enchantress. Not super relevant character. She's a Thor bad guy. Cloak, I think we read about him last time. Galactus, you know we're going to read about Galactus. And Mandarin. Daredevil vs. Punisher. Fantastic Four vs. Galactus. Maybe we will read that. Okay, so first let's read about Elektra. Real name Elektra, not Geos. Battles fought 276. Win percentage 56. Arch enemies Daredevil, The Hand, Bullseye. First appearance in Daredevil 168 in 1980. After her father was killed by terrorists, Elektra was taken in by The Hand, a ruthless band of ninjas, and taught the skills of a professional assassin. But she rebelled against her teachers and now uses her deadly ninja skills to attack The Hand around the globe. Her astounding abilities in all forms of hand-to-hand combat make her an almost unbeatable foe. Did you know the supervillain Bullseye killed Elektra, but she was brought back to life through the heroic efforts of Daredevil? Now let's read about the Mandarin. Kind of an obscure bad guy, most recently used in the current or the most recent Hawkeye run. Battles fought 337, win percentage 32. Arch enemy Iron Man. First appearance in Tales of Suspense number 50, February 1964. The Mandarin discovered 10 rings of power within the ruins of a crashed spaceship that he found in his native China. The rings gave him a vast array of devastating abilities. Everything from a blinding black light ray to a power beam of irresistible force. The Mandarin's rings make this evil mastermind one of the greatest threats to the Western world in existence today. Did you know the Mandarin is a master of the martial arts? Okay, so let's read about Galactus first. If you ask me, one of the most important characters or entities in the Marvel universe. Height, 28 feet, 9 inches. Weight, 18.2 tons. Battles fought, 2,729. Win percentage, 69. Planets devoured, 26 million. Arch enemies, Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. First appearance, Fantastic Four number 48, March 1966. Which I would consider one of the most important comics in history. One of the most powerful cosmic beings in existence, Galactus must consume the energy from entire planets in order to survive. Driven by his insatiable hunger, his arrival in a star system signals the end of life for all who dwell within it. Only the combined might of the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer was enough to prevent Galactus from making the Earth his latest meal. And we will learn about this when we read this card. Did you know the star-spanning hero known as the Silver Surfer once served as Galactus' herald? Fantastic Four vs. Galactus. When Fantastic Four's numbers 48 through 50 in March through May of 1966. The Silver Surfer had discovered that Earth possessed the energy his master Galactus needed to survive. The Surfer summoned the World Destroyer to New York City. There, the Surfer realized the wrongness of his actions and joined the Fantastic Four in their desperate attempt to stop Galactus. It was only with the aid of the mysterious alien called the Watcher that the Fantastic Four got the only weapon that could stop Galactus. The ultimate nullifier. Defeated, Galactus left Earth, but to punish his former herald, he created an energy barrier around Earth, thus making it the Surfer's prison. Which sets up all kinds of great stories for the Silver Surfer in his first volume, which is required reading if you ask me. Another back. Oh boy, here we go. Quasar. Love Quasar. Daredevil. Professor X. Storm. Interesting superhero. Aunt May. Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy. Invisible Woman. This is the first appearance of the Punisher. And then we have Thor vs. Suture. The New Mutants again. Reverse Wolverine, which I'm going to get rid of these two. Again, novelty battles. Going to get rid of these two. I mean, you guys could have guessed based off my response what we're gonna read here. Quasar. I'll tell you in a minute why he's one of my favorites. Real name, Wendell Vaughn. Group affiliation, the Avengers. Arch enemies. Quasar has no arch enemies, as he is quiet and soft-spoken. First appearance, Captain America number 217 in January 1978. Quasar is the latest in a series of protectors of the universe, beings entrusted by the cosmic entity known as Eon with the guardianship of civilized life throughout the cosmos. His amazing quantum bands allow him to create solid objects out of pure energy and to survive in the vacuum of outer space. Quasar is without question one of the most powerful heroes on the scene today. Did you know, unbeknown to the Fantastic Four, Quasar operates out of 4 Freedoms Plaza, the FF's headquarters. Now, Quasar is a unique character in that I think he's similar to the Green Lantern, kind of. But what allows him, see these bands he's wearing, those are what give him his superpowers. Now, everyone else who put these bands on basically would explode because of their emotions and inability to control them. The bands kind of run off of the emotions of the one wearing them. So, Wendell is kind of a depressed and, I don't know, like, just low-key guy. And that's why he could wield this power so effectively. The first issue of Quasar, the first 2 issues. The first 2 issues of Quasar are interesting in that the first 2 issues of Quasar get into that, and it was surprising when I first read it, and it's remained one of the more memorable character introductions because they did deal with, in a bit of a roundabout way, depression, suicide even. Maybe we'll read that first issue so you guys could get a feel. Next pack. Juggernaut. Oh boy. Thanos. Captain America and Spider-Man. Wolverine, a fan favorite. Submariner. Or Submariner, I don't know. Criminally underused character. Spider-Man. She-Hulk. Dazzler, the Disco Queen. Spider-Man vs. the Green Goblin. Thing vs. Hulk. Thor vs. Loki. And X-Men vs. Avengers. Not gonna read about the battles. Wolverine, we all know the story. She-Hulk is a lawyer. Dazzler is just similar to Jubilee, I guess. Now, Thanos. I did a video on the Infinity Gauntlet, so I won't read his whole thing. You know, First appearance, Iron Man number 55. That is a book I've been trying to get my hands on for a while. Thanos is a worshipper of death. This demigod from Saturn's moon, Titan, seeks to make the ultimate sacrificial offering to his beloved deity. From his immense spaceship, Sanctuary 2, he plots the destruction of intelligent life throughout the universe. He possesses almost incalculable cosmic power, but it is his cunning and evil mind that make him as dangerous a menace as he is. Submariner. Alright, more packs. No holograms so far, that's a goddamn shame. I'm gonna be, so I've set aside 12 packs for this video, and if we don't get one hologram, I'm gonna be upset. Now that we have a lot of doubles here. Havoc, Black Panther, important. The Punisher is a double. Spider-Man vs. Venom. Dr. Phoenix Saga. Another Punisher. Spider-Man number 1. Amazing Spider-Man. The Human Torch. Spider-Man vs. Hobgoblin. Fantastic Four. Daredevil vs. Bullseye. And Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I don't think I'm going to read any of these. Because eventually we'll do a Black Panther video where we learn about him. Because he is an important character. Moving along. More doubles. The more packs we get into, the better chance of there being doubles. As we kind of are getting not close, but on our way to a complete set. See, look at all these doubles, jeez. So far, all doubles. Still, we had him in the last pack. Dr. Octopus is new. Wasp is new. An alternate Wolverine, which is new. Wolverine vs. Sabretooth. And the Incredible Hulk vs. Wolverine. Not gonna read any of these. For the sake of just getting to the last 3 packs we have left. So now, we are shifting focus to getting a hologram rather than reading. Because isn't that why we all bought these packs as kids? We wanted those holograms. And I'm a 34-year-old guy, and I still want those holograms. I didn't realize how rare they were as a kid. The amount of packs you'd have to buy to get all of them seems to be quite a bit. Another Ant-Man. Another Amazing Fantasy. Another Invisible Woman. Another first appearance of Punisher. Oh, cool. We got Power Man. levels of suspense. The first appearance of Iron Man. Nightcrawler. Avengers. Atlantis attacks. Captain America vs. Wolverine and Daredevil vs. Wolverine. Again, almost all doubles except I'd say the stars of this pack. Not Aunt May, sorry. I wonder how many Aunt Mays we'll have by the end. So far we're on 3. Let's do an Aunt May count. Aunt May, 3 Aunt Mays. How about a contest? The first person in the comment section to say they want one of my Aunt May cards, I will be very happy to mail it to you. If anyone has an Aunt May card collection, I'd be glad to add to that. And I'm 100% serious. So these I would consider the stars of this pack. I'm going to open up the next 2 quite quickly because Jonesing for that hologram. Another Lockheed. Mr. Sinister. Spider-Man Doc Ock. Another Fool Killer. Another Iron Man. Another Colossus. Another Thor. Another Electro. Another X-Men. Another Fantastic Four vs. Doctor Doom. Another Silver Surfer vs. Thanos. And another Daredevil vs. Kingpin. Our chances are looking quite bleak. Okay guys, the last pack. In the last video, our last package gave us a hologram, so let's see if we are as lucky this time. Beast. X-Men vs. Freedom Force. Spider-Man presents Doctor Strange. X-Men. Oh, cool. Dormammu. Spider-Man presents Wolverine. Hulk vs. Wolverine. Leader. He's cool. Sabretooth. Spider-Man. Thing. And Bullseye. So no hologram in this pack, but we got some cool cards that we didn't get. We got the Leader. We got Spider-Man, which we haven't gotten yet. Sabretooth and Thing are new. And these guys are new. Beast and Dormammu. Dormammu is a Doctor Strange bag. You know what, guys? Because of I'm a child, I'm gonna open a couple more. I really wanted a hologram to show you guys. We still have a surprising amount of these packs left. Evolutionary War, that's cool. Sinister Six. Venom, always cool. Doctor Doom, classic. Baron Zemo, very important, but not used that often. Blob. Spider-Man presents Thor. Phoenix. Spider-Man presents the Hulk and Captain America. We will get to Baron Zemo at one point. One of Captain America and S.H.I.E.L.'s bad guys. Important guy. I guess depends on who you ask. Power Man. No Man. Tales of Suspense. Nightcrawler. Avengers. Atlantis Attacks. First Kree-Skrull War. Nightmare Again. New Warriors. Guardians of the Galaxy. Apocalypse. And Silver Surfer. Now, it appears that we have not gone hologram. But I think I have to confess. This last pack I just opened. Had that. Look at that. Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin hologram card. That's great. I don't know why it's great, but it is. Okay, guys, so now that we have our hologram, we could end the video here. I will likely not be doing another one of these. However, from now on, I will open a pack per video. At the beginning of each video. And that's how we'll get through the rest. I have at least 15 more packs, maybe more. So we will get into those. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about some characters and got a peek into more of the Marvel universe.